Okay, the subject for today is magnesium and alcoholism. So, alcoholism, um, it's funny because alcoholics have a certain deficiency, the B3 deficiency, which was discovered by the founder of AA and the niacin movement, full flush niacin. And we're not talking about the soft, like extended flush and time released or no flush or any of this stuff because there's a lot of studies that have been done on these other molecules which are not healthy. The studies have come up negative. They have negative effects basically, and so then they take these negative effects from these forms and they associate it with the niacin thing, but it's not the niacin thing, it's these forms, right? So we need to find the right form, which is the full flush form. And so this helps to, it has many different features, but it also helps with the brain chemistry. And I also think because it's an ammoniac molecule, I think it helps to increase ammonia in the body, which would normally be a bad thing, but because there's so much aluminum and toxicity in the body, that this ammonia becomes a friend once again because it allows to break these things down and get them out. So, um, so what should have been not a good thing has become a good thing because we have to get something else out, and so that's how it works. It's not always simple, some of these things, but so the B3 therapy was developed for alcoholics. Magnesium, I work with a lot of different addictions and alcoholics and different people, and as a naturopath, and I've also seen just a lot of people in general, even friends, and I always have a positive feedback on magnesium and alcoholism. Like a lot of alcoholics are magnesium deficient. There's been studies done on how, when alcohol is stopped, there's an increase in free fatty acids that are floating around circulating now because the alcohol was deconjugating all these acids all the time. They were in a permanent state of dissolution to a certain degree, and things were dissolving all the time. And then as soon as this stops, these fatty acids they don't reconstitute, but they're no longer being taken apart and deconjugated. So they're increasing, and as they increase, so does magnesium. And magnesium is increasing due to also the alkalosis and the respiratory alkalosis and all the other symptoms that they're detoxifying. They're getting rid of this stuff from their body. But in general, the magnesium is also a friend to the sugar paradigm. And alcohol is a sugar as well, and wine or whatever. It's all sugar. And so that sugar is also being accompanied by, sugar is better absorbed with magnesium. And it also steals sugar. I mean, sugar steals magnesium. So the more that you have this kind of liquid sugar going through you, the more that it's going to be stealing this magnesium to try to digest it. That's part of how that works. The magnesium is needed for that. So you get into more problems, more deficiencies, and then at the level, we know that thiamine plays a key role for alcoholics too. It's produced in alcoholic fermentation. It's produced at the beginning of fermentation, which doesn't mean alcoholic, it means lactofermentation. But then that fermentation can be taken into an alcoholic fermentation. And so there's a confusion there. Like maybe when we used to have a lot of lacto-fermented foods and we didn't have refrigerators and everything, there might have been less alcoholism because there was less concentrate. We had more of that vitamin present without having to go into the alcohol. So in a modern day world, I guess kombucha and some of these other drinks may have some of that vitamin, but without the alcohol part. So you don't get the mind altering or psychotropic effect of alcohol, which is, it's just the body is using the thiamine at that level. Also brewer's yeast, if you can find it, that they don't make it with synthetic, vitamins and stuff. They do it like naturally, like the farm used to make that actually. And so like if you find the right brands, like I think it's called Frontier, then you can get no glutamate, and you can get a nice brand for that, for those B vitamins. You take it daily or whatever. But that in conjunction with magnesium, very important. And then just in general, addiction, there's a lot of deficiencies there. A lot, and magnesium is the number one deficiency in the world. So definitely these groups are affected. And so how does it help? Like, what does it really do? I mean, you apply it on the abdomen, 5 to 10 sprays, transdermal magnesium. you'll watch that you'll have more relaxation even in the given moment. Even if you just lay there for like 10 or 20 minutes, you'll feel it. Something comes over, it kind of relaxes the body. And, the head, people use it for hair, for skin, for teeth, for dental care, for hygiene, for sleep, for just for the nervous system, the stress and everything. So applying it every day can be great for that. Always recommend better quality stuff. Don't get the cheap stuff. There's stuff floating around out there which would cost you $1.50 a week. That's great. The stuff I'm talking about costs $3 a week. So it's double, but it's much better. It's much better, and it's not diluted, and it's not chemically extracted or solvent treated, which is most of them are, because they're not coming from a natural stone that is the magnesium chloride molecule. The stone itself is the product, and the water dilution of that stone, and there you go. Because they need to find like the strata that they use, and then they pull the potassium out. It's called upgrading, and pull out heavy metals, and then they sell this product, and then they write the word Zechstein on it, so you think it's coming from Europe, but it's not. So if it doesn't have the Zechstein Inside logo, it's not the real thing. It's not coming from the city called Vendam in Holland, which is where the natural pillow formation is located, the only source for Zechstein batch protocol in Europe. So look for that, and also look for glass. Blue glass bottles, that's the key right there. As long as there's glass, then you have the right stuff. And one of the best places that I've found is theheartoftradition.com. And that's, full disclosure, that's our site. But we're trying to put things together for people, put things together so they can find them. And so, but it's such a key deficiency. It just sells itself. We just need to help people figure out that they need it, and how much it can do for them. So don't get the fake stuff. Get the real deal. Glass bottles at theheartoftradition.com. Come check us out. We also offer a lot of naturopathic free health tips and free podcasts and everything else. Just trying to spread the word and help people heal in this paradigm, this health paradigm we're in, where people are starting to wake up in general to tyranny, but also to medical tyranny and slavery, etc. So hope that could be helpful to someone.